I'm in the area of Midhurst today, on the South Downs Way footpath, and we're going to take a walk to a village called Singleton. And there's the way ahead. Those two pheasants aren't exactly on friendly terms at the moment. The one in the foreground is standing his ground. So he's keeping an eye on the other one. He's standing up tall quite a lot, showing him who's boss. He's keeping the pressure on. And there's the way behind us. Can you see the moon up there in the sky? Onwards. That's where we just come from, down there, down by the farm. So we're right on top of the South Downs Way now. I just heard a couple of ravens a second ago, so it just goes to show you they're spreading through Sussex. Over that way in the distance is North Downs. Don't know if you can see the ridge right on the horizon. And over that way is the sea. That's where we're going, down that footpath there. I wonder who put that big boulder there. Imagine if there's a little bit of a earth tremor and that thing rolled down the valley. You know what I think it is? I think it's a Woggle stone. Do you ever see that in Catweasel? One of the episodes was about the Woggle stone. And he said, no one builds where stands the Wurgle stone. Anyway, let's go onwards. This is the birch polypore fungus. It grows on rotting birch trees. Like most bracket fungus, they say they're not really edible. In fact, it probably could kill you. See these two, quite young at the moment. When they get a bit older, they'll look more like this one on the ground. We're just entering into a deep forest now, a coniferous forest. You hear the wind in the trees. And we're going to take this muddy footpath. One of my favourite things about walking through these conifer woods is seeing the rays of light on weather like this. All these trees will have to go at some point soon though. So they're only grown to be harvested for timber. Bit of a shame really. So it creates a nice feeling being up on the downs in a thick woodland like this. I'm sure they'll plant more trees though. See that farmhouse? That'd do me. Then I could be out here all the time. Well, that's lovely to look at the moment. It's winter now, and this is nothing to what it's going to look like in spring. Can you imagine that field there? It'd be bright yellow with a rapeseed, about waist height, and this path would be cutting prominently right through it. There's a better view of Mr. Buzzard. Just circling above the field. So this is Singleton. There's a Saxon church over there. beautiful, look at that. The partridge in. I think I better go and see if there's any partridges in there. Could just do with a bit of local knowledge as well. I won't be a minute. Well, that was nice. I've just been in there for a pint of beer and they've got Harvey's Sussex Bitter on tap and it's lovely. I'm glad I went in there for that, and I've had a nice chat with one of the locals as well. So it's goodbye partridging. I didn't see any partridges in there though. Anyway, onwards. Time's getting on and I need to get a wriggle on if I'm going to get through the forest before it gets dark. Let's stride out. Okay, it's very dark. I'm on downland in the middle of nowhere. I shouldn't be out on the downland in the middle of nowhere. And I'm about to enter a deep and dark forest. And there's owls hooting. But it's alright, because that light over there on the left is the oil well. And over that ridge should be the South Downs Way, which should lead me back home. Would you want to be where I am now? No? Okay, let's get on with it. And that's not the most ideal thing, being out stuck in the middle of the forest when it's pitch black. But at least we've got the moonlight. I'm feeling quite a bit tired now. The old legs are feeling a bit like jelly. Be glad to get back. So this is where we are on the map. We've just walked through that big bit of forest stretch area there. And I'm just coming up to the top now. Just about there. This is where we are overall. There we go. Where the orange dot is, 120. Stop it, wind. Stop it. That's where we are. You see where that orange dot is, number 120. We're just at the top right corner in that dot. And you can see the Isle of Wight there. Chichester, Worthing, Brighton, Lewis, Eastbourne and Hastings. And far over to the right there, it's the White Cliffs of Dover. Okay, onwards. I wouldn't recommend coming out and walking on footpaths you've never been on before, in the dark. With only a bottle of water and a packet of Brazil nuts. Anyway, at least I've got a torch and a map. We're not far off now. I think those lights over there in the distance is the town of Chichester. Now that's scary being out on the hills in the dark, but I do like to see the city lights. There's something comforting about them. Reminds me of years ago when I was sitting on Barby Castle looking at the lights of Swindon in the evening. Anyway, enough reminiscing, onwards. We're going downhill now, which is a good sign because it gives me a rough idea of how long it's going to take. We must be getting near the farm because there's cows in the field here. There's a few freaky sounds going on in the bushes as well. I can see lights of cars in the distance. Also wouldn't recommend walking along while filming because you're liable to go for a burn as well. Oh blimey. Scared the life out of me. See that big cow there? I'm going to shine you up in my light. You see his eyes? That's not a cow, it's a bull. Oh, he's got camera shy. The cows are making freaky sounds. Well, we did it. We're back to where we started. I thought it was a pretty fun walk. I must be honest, I was getting a bit worried when we was in the forest there and it's pitch black. Anyway, I hope you come along next time. I promise not to drag you through the countryside in the dark.